Headquarters in the River 92.7 studio, and John Stewart will be on camera tonight for live tickets, as we'll be able to give you video coverage of this one as well. You can see it and hear it at drgnews.com, the River 92.7 page, also on the DRG News smartphone app. You can find us also through gogovs.live and watch us via YouTube in that manner as well. Should be a good ball game coming up, a good matchup. The Governors, and Yankton both struggling to get victories. Yankton in particular, just 1-10 on the season. They're number 19 overall in 20 games, but do not be fooled by a 1-10 mark. This team is much better than their record indicates. They've been playing a lot of good teams in South Dakota, especially in the eastern part of the state, very well. They just come up short. Their last 3 games, in fact, that they have lost have all been by a combined 9 points, if my Riggs High math is correct. 5-point loss to a good Brandon Valley team on Friday, a 2-point loss at home to O'Gorman last Tuesday, and then even before that, an overtime loss by 2 to Sioux Falls Jefferson. But that 2-point loss to O'Gorman, the same team that the Governors played their last timeout, which was Saturday afternoon in Sioux Falls, a 58-49 setback. Before that, Friday night was a 25-point loss in a second half that Harrisburg got really rolling on, hit a bunch of 3-point shots, and the waterfall kept coming as far as Harrisburg was. Playing capable, but they could certainly use a victory here tonight against a Yankton team where, given the record that Yankton has, if you lose to a team with that kind of a mark and you're trying to stay above the Mendoza line and the Sodak 16 yourself, a loss tonight could be detrimental to the Governors' postseason hopes. So that's what makes this a big contest for the Governors here at home tonight. Girls game, by the way, will be on KGFX. They'll play at the Summit Center. Pierre and Yankton. Justin Cowart has the call on that one, and it's also on drgnews.com. Let's start with a 3-minute timeout. In fact, the sophomore game is a good one. Pierre's sophomores leading 50-45 with 2:45 to go in regulation. And we're back in 3 minutes to talk about how we expect this one to go. And we'll start with coaches' conversations and keys to success as well. Your pregame show is brought to you by Bank West in Pierre and throughout South.
Gets results. Scott Darnall. Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Bank West insurance agents Sam Kennecke and Angie Taylor are here to make your life easier.
As an independent agency, we're able to customize an insurance plan to fit your individual needs.
We work with dozens of companies to find you the best possible coverage and the best price.
For your insurance needs, contact Sam or Angie at Bank West Insurance in Pierre. Bank West, convenient, connected, committed. Insurance products are not deposits, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, and may go down in value.
Century Business Products is a proud provider of the most reliable Kyocera copiers and printers to the Pierre School District. Backed by 5-time nationally awarded Kyocera servicing team. Are you looking to control color cost? Looking to reduce printers? Are you looking for more efficient ways to scan documents? Or maybe you'd like to become more paperless? Look no further than your local Century Business Products. Call 800-529-1950 and see how they're powering business technology.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. They make it easy when looking for a new vehicle, getting all available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop into Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for all your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 605-224-7378.
From the first wails of surprise to first day of school questions, playground adventures, learning to drive stress, and graduation cheers. They'll always be your little sunshine. At Avera Children's, we get kids, teens, and parents too. We'll step you through first checkups, milestones, sickness, and specialized care when your child needs it. And treat them like our own every step of the way. Learn more at avera.org/children's.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG.
Back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union press box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because knowledge in a no-nonsense
Game. See live and archive video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota High School Sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
Back at Rick's High Jam, Brian Oakland with you tonight on this Tuesday. And for all of those who are on the road coming to or from basketball games tonight or whatever the purpose, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds us as they celebrate being a part of a team. Let's slow the drive, arrive alive, and buckle up too every trip, every time. It starts with you. You've got someplace to be. We begin with coaches' conversations, but first of all, an update on the sophomore game. It's still 50-45 with a minute 13 left in regulation as we are in a timeout on the court. And the sophomore game was won by Yankton, about a 13 or a 14-point margin is what I heard. I did not see the end of that contest, but the Governors and the Bucks will be coming up a little bit later on. To talk about it, we chat with the coaches. Conversations and keys to success are brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre.
Regular comprehensive
Ball and keys to success here in the pregame with head coach Larry Aker, looking back on a weekend that had the Govs going 0-for-2 at Harrisburg and O'Gorman, and looking at that second half in Harrisburg that they just kind of erupted, but also a pretty well fought game at O'Gorman, coming up with a loss. But I guess you come up short in games that against teams that are favored against you, but you still are learning here midway through the season about where you're at and what it's going to take to continue to play better and improve your standing basically down the stretch here.
Yeah, and I think the biggest takeaway from the weekend, as far as statistical, was we just didn't shoot the ball well enough to win either game, and we were below 40% in both games, and you're going to have to be, above 40%. That's always my goal, going in. We've just found that if you shoot the ball, above 40%, you don't have to, crazy, but you're going to win most games, or it's going to be even tighter. And so we were below both and still, played pretty well. It just, a lot of those misses were,
well, they weren't 3-pointers. You shot pretty well in the beyond the arc.
Yeah, they weren't. They were inside the paint, most of them, and then we turned it over a few more times than we would have liked. So those two things, again, that's what it kind of comes down to is, taking advantage of those, and I thought we did a good job of feeding the post and, working off the post. Now when we get a look at the rim, we got to convert it and get to the free throw line and knock our free throws in too. He didn't shoot very well from the free throw line either.
All right, back home here against a Yankton team that if there ever was, to use the sports cliche, a team that was better than their record indicated, these are the guys.
Oh, absolutely. They've been in some really close games this year. They just haven't found a way to win one yet. But, they're probably going to be one of the teams that plays the hardest. They're obviously Coach Haynes has done a tremendous job there, and they pride themselves on defense. And you'll watch it. They're very aggressive defensively. They'll be looking to take charges. Nothing is easy to the rim. So, they're going to come out and give us their best effort for 32 minutes. And we talked about it yesterday in the scouting report. Like you have to be ready for this one from the opening tip, and you definitely have to match the effort and maybe go above and beyond and just kind of win the physicality battle too.
And they are a team that's been in it seems like 7 or 8 close games, 3-5 points, and that's all it they haven't found out ways to win those yet, but obviously their time is coming. You hope that's not tonight, and you have to do what you can to make sure it's not tonight.
Right, absolutely. And, their schedule hasn't really been the easiest either. So, that being said, they lose to Jefferson in overtime by 2, lose to O'Gorman by 2, Brandon Valley by 5. So just right there, their last 3 games, have been close, and they've been low-scoring games because they just absolutely defend. So we're going to have to do a good job defensively, rebounding, and then take advantage of, any inside opportunity that we may have.
All right. Any other keys to success today?
No, I just think, got to take advantage of getting to the rim, working off the post, inside out, and, as always, rebound the basketball.
Yeah, stay focused, too. That's what I'm going to throw that one in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Stay focused and, don't relax. Just you build a lead or, hopefully you're not getting down, but you got to stay next play mentality.
All right, Coach, good luck tonight. Thanks.
All right, thank you.
Head coach Larry Aker of the Pierre Governors with Coach's comments. Keys to success and say take on the Yankton Bucks. Brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. We'll hear from CDE, and we're back with Chris Haynes, the head coach of the Bucks, as keys to success continue next in Governor basketball.
Regular comprehensive eye exams yearly are the key to finding eye problems before symptoms appear. Hi, this is Dr. Mike Bartlett. I've joined the team at Central Dakota Eye Care, continuing to provide the same high-quality care you've come to expect. I've been seeing patients here in Pierre for 30-plus years, and I look forward to welcoming you to my new location. Call us today at 605-224-6128 to schedule your appointment. Central Dakota Eye Care, 640 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Better vision for a great life.
All right, our keys to success will continue with Chris Haynes, the head coach of the Yankton Bucks, coming on a long road trip on a school night, just what everybody loves here. But, Coach, it's been a tough season. I know it has been, but, I don't look at the 1-10 record. I look at the scores that you have had, and you've had close games, and obviously you've got to find a way to win games, but you've been right there against some of the better teams in South Dakota. And, at some point, I think this team is ready to bust out, aren't they?
Well, I hope so. The last few weeks we've been defending better. I didn't think at the beginning of the season before Christmas and even right after Christmas that we defended or rebounded the way we need to. But it seems like we've shown some signs of getting better there because it's a struggle for us to score at times. And so, we've held, like you said, we've held some really good teams to the low 40s and even Jefferson 39 at regulation, and we just can't get over the hump and win. So I still think our best basketball is out there because I think we have the capability of scoring a few more points. I don't think we're going to, score 65 points a game or anything like that, but I think we can get to the low to mid 50s. And if we can do that, then hopefully we can get over the hump and start winning some of these games.
It's kind of a classic example of even if you struggle to score, the defense can always be a constant and continue to get better and keep you in ball games.
Well, it has to be. I mean, that's been the staple of our program over the years is, defense and guarding people and turning defense into offense. But when you're not getting stops, it's really hard to do that. And so, hopefully we can do that tonight. But Pierre's got a lot of talent. Obviously, it's a really good kid inside. There's a horse, and he's a main problem. And then Cordy, he's so talented. I mean, he's the type of kid that can take a game over. 6'3", can shoot it from the outside, can get to the basket, can hit a pull-up, mid-range game. I mean, he's got all the tools. So he's obviously a big problem. And then there are other guys that are playing better, younger guys, maybe some guys that don't have a ton of RC experience. Now the second half of the season, I know Coach Aker is looking for those guys to step up and start making some more plays for him. And so it's going to be a tough challenge to guard Pierre tonight. And then obviously keeping them off the glass is going to be a huge challenge. Pierre is big physical like they normally are, and great offensive rebounding team. So those are going to be huge keys that are a lot easier said than done as far as trying to keep them from scoring and then finishing possession with rebounds.
All right. What do you see from them defensively? And obviously, if you're going to score, maybe you have to get as high percentage of a shot on a consistent basis as you can.
Right. They're doing a little 2-2-1 press, so we're going to have to handle that accordingly. And then falling back a lot of times into a 2-3 zone, playing a lot of zone this year. And we haven't seen a lot of zone. So it'll be interesting to see how our guys react to that. and see if we can get good ball movement and stay patient against the zone and not just settle, just pass around the perimeter and jacking up a three. We're fine if we shoot 3-point shots as long as we're attacking inside out. It seems like, like every team, you make a higher percentage of those. So hopefully we can do that tonight.
All right. I know you and Coach Anchor go way back, but is there anything that that surprises you about how he's handling his first AA assignment?
No, not at all. I think he's doing a great job. AA basketball is hard. And, your first year in the program, you're trying to get things settled and do things the way you want to do them. And I know he's going to do a great job. He is doing a great job, and Pierre's lucky to have him.
All right, Coach, appreciate your time as always. Good luck tonight.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks.
Chris Haynes, the veteran head coach of the Yankton Bucks, a guy that took the Bucks to the top when they won the state championship 3 years ago. They also were champions 8 years ago back in 2018, which was their first since the late 70s, way back when. So Yankton's had a lot of things to sing about basketball-wise in recent memory, even though it's been a tough one so far this season. A big thanks to the coach, who is a winner guy just like our guy, Coach Larry Akers. So that's what we were talking about when we say they go way back, and they really do. Coach Haynes and Coach Aker, Coach's Comments, Keys to Success, brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. Let's pause for 3 minutes, and there's more of our Bank West pregame coming up. It's time for the starting lineups next. They come to us courtesy of Envirotech, and you're listening to Governor Basketball at River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, Bank West has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. Bank West Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose Bank West. Bank West. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
This winter, Beck Motor Company is your go-to Chevy dealer for automotive needs. From the tough, rugged Chevy Silverado to a versatile Equinox, we've got the perfect ride for every season. Need service? Our expert team is here to keep you cruising through winter with confidence. Beck Motor Company, your trusted local Chevy dealer, proudly serving you with top-notch vehicles, service, and customer care. Stop by today and drive away with a deal you'll love. www.beck-motors.com 605-224-5912.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Superior Concrete is proud to sponsor the Governors this season and just as proud to offer the finest concrete solutions available for commercial and residential applications as well as foundation and flat work. The bottom line, if you need anything done with concrete, we can do it. Superior Concrete. Give us a call today for an estimate or more information. That's Superior Concrete. Find us on Facebook or call the office at 605-494-0102. That's 494-0102. Call today.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? LiveTicket.tv has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages starting at $20 per hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 2. That's 833-605-5483, extension 2. And punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building, the garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
Back at Rick's High Gym, about 4.5 minutes left in our pregame countdown here at the arena, and we continue our Bank West pregame show checking out the starting lineups in this one. From Envirotech in Pierre. Let's meet the Yankton Bucks here tonight. Couple of guards in the backcourt will include Beck Reichen, a 5'10 senior, along with Owen Eitznes, a 6-foot senior. Forwards are Jackson Kudera, a 6'1 sophomore, and Abe O'Brien, a 6'2 senior. And the man in the middle is a big-bodied 6'3 junior in Austin Conway for the Yankton Bucks. Beck Reichen, Owen Eitznes, the guards, Jackson Kudera, Abe O'Brien, the forwards. Austin Conway is the post for the Bucks, who will bring in Tegan LaCroix, a 5'10 junior, Miles Drotzman, a 6-foot junior, and Grady Walder, a 5'10 junior off the bench. The Bucks are 1-10 on the season. Head coach is Chris Haynes, assisted by Brady Hale, Jason Savvy, and Sawyer Schmitz. The starting lineups are brought to you by Envirotech. We hear from them, and we'll give you the Governor starters when we come back. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
Envirotech makes life a little bit simpler. No matter what the circumstances, no matter what is handed to you, Envirotech has you covered. One call is all it takes to have easy setup, easy pickup, and easy payment. Call Envirotech at 224-4804 or use their website to pay your bill online at envirotechwaste.com. Use the mobile app Waste Connect. Check their website or receive a robocall for collection schedule due to weather or holidays. Envirotech has you covered.
Envirotech covering you with the starting lineup for the Pierre Governors, looking like this. It's the same as it's been for the last five games at least, as Jaron Deal continues to start, the 6-foot sophomore guard. Caden Ahart's 6'2 junior has been playing pretty well. Corday Austin will obviously need another big game, a 6'3 senior. And that's the 3-guard set for the Governors. Lincoln Dilgis is the forward of 6'4 senior, along with Cooper Terwilliger in the middle, 6'6 and a junior, with Austin, Aharts, and Deal in the backcourt. Dilgis and Terwilliger the starting 5. However, the Pierre Governors get good news tonight. Logan Whitty, normally a starting point guard, is back off of a 5-game absence with a high ankle sprain. He was looking good in practice yesterday. He will come off the bench. Hopefully won't need to spare some minutes, but the Governors will have to see how well his ankle responds. Whitty, the 5'11 junior, will play off the bench tonight. Sincere Wilson, 5'11 senior, checks in as well. And Tayson Steele's been getting some minutes from time to time, a 6-foot sophomore forward for the Pierre Governors. 4-9 on the season. They're 15th in the power rankings. Head coach is Larry Aker, assisted by Skip Kurth, Craig Ullman, and Kelly Brandt. The starting lineup's brought to you by Envirotech in Pierre. And another starting lineup to give to you is the naming of tonight's game officials. They're the Law on the Court, sponsored by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Consumer Protection Division. Let's hear from them. And your game officials are next in Governor Basketball.
Inheritance, romance, and investment scams continue to plague South Dakotans with high dollar amount losses. They prey on vulnerable adults and swindle consumers out of their funds. Scammers befriend the victim, making it difficult for them to see the reality of what's happening. If you have a loved one susceptible to this type of scam, sit down and talk with them about these issues before it happens to them. If you or a loved one have been scammed in this manner, please reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Law on the Court, brought to you by the Attorney General's Office Consumer Protection Division. Familiar names that we've had here at the gym this season. Tonight's game officials are Lee Johnson, Donnie Kaiser, and Lucas Pearson. And we thank our game officials for doing what they do, officiating high school basketball, which is very oftentimes a thankless job. And in fact, officiating any high school sports, Lee Johnson, Donnie Kaiser, Lucas Pearson have made the trip. Thanks, guys, for being our Law on the Court. Tonight's game officials brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Consumer Protection Division. Well, we mentioned the Governors are 15th at 4-9 in the power rankings. Yankton is 19th out of 20 at 1-10, but they've been playing some very good teams, very close. And like we talked with Coach Haynes, maybe a team looking to bust out. Hopefully for Governor fans and players and coaches, tonight might not be the night, but we'll just have to wait and see how this one pans out. Sioux Falls Lincoln at 12-0 remains on top. Roosevelt 11-1, who is Yankton's next.
Navigate every step. Whether you're looking for the perfect home or the best offer, Scott is committed to making the process smooth and stress-free. Ready to make your next move? Call Scott Darnall at 605-220-2676. Lee Real Estate, Meredith Lee, broker, owner.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Dakota Pro Air is a locally family-owned business that has been taking care of farmers' aerial needs since 2020. With locations in Letcher and Miller, Dakota Pro Air is able to provide service to a large area. Ground conditions too wet, or just don't want those sprayer tracks in your field? Give Dakota Pro Air a call for all your chemical and fertilizer application needs at 605-248-2314.
Olson Plumbing in Pierre provides complete plumbing and drain cleaning services to commercial and residential customers. Olson Plumbing understands how the simple things in life are often the things we can't live without, and running water is the top of the list. Olson Plumbing offers 24/7 emergency services, and they can be at your location in under an hour in most cases. If you need help with your plumbing system, call Olson Plumbing 605-224-6436.
At Iverson Auto, our legacy is your trust. Whether you're in Mitchell or in Huron, we embody the values that have defined us.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
Motor Company is your go-to Chevy dealer for automotive needs. From the tough, rugged Chevy Silverado to a versatile Equinox, we've got the perfect ride for every season. Need service? Our expert team is here to keep you cruising through winter with confidence. Beck Motor Company, your trusted local Chevy dealer, proudly serving you with top-notch vehicles, service, and customer care. Stop by today and drive away with a deal you'll love. www.beck-motors.com 605-224-5912.
Back at Riggs High Gym once again, Bank West continues with the pregame as we have the starting lineups coming up on the court. And our starting lineup is Brian Oakland, play-by-play. Yours truly, along with John Stewart on camera for live tickets, as you can watch this one at drgnews.com and your DRG News smartphone app, the River 92.7 page of either, or the GoGovs.live website as well. And William Wilson runs the show in studio tonight. Governors coming in off of a loss Friday to Harrisburg, 63-38 on the road, and O'Gorman on Saturday, 58-49. Games last week for Yankton had them falling to the same O'Gorman team, 44-42 on Tuesday, and then 52-47. Another close loss to a good team on Friday at home. We'll see how the Bucks respond after a long road trip here tonight in Pierre. And once again, the girls' game is going on in Yankton tonight. Justin Cowart with the call of that one on KGFX 1060 AM and 103.1 FM. That should be a good ball game here in Yankton, both searching for victories. Yankton at 3-8, 15th power rated in girls hoops. The Governors are also 3-8, but they are the 13th power ranked team in girls basketball class AA. We'll tip it off in 30 seconds. Comtech brings us our opening tip next. This is Governor Basketball.
Comtech has your technology solutions. Check out their showroom located right off the truck route on Irwin Street. Come in and see what you've been missing. A large selection of TVs, sound systems, and smart speakers, PCs, desktops, and tablets, home and business security and telecommunication systems. Comtech is your all-in-one solution for any technology needs. Wishing all athletes the best of luck in today's competition. Comtech. Come see what you've been missing.
Here we go at Riggs High Gym. The Comtech opening tip is up, and it's controlled by the Yankton Bucks. Cooper Terwilliger got a couple of tips on it, but Yankton takes the opening tip, and they set up with a corner three in the left side, but the shot up no good, and Lincoln Dill just down with a rebound. The miss by Jackson Kutera. Yankton out in road red with the white numbers and trim. They'll head from your right to left as you watch at drgnews.com. Pierre in home white with the green numbers and trim. Give and go, but it's still just coming up a little bit short. And that ball might have been slightly tipped at the last moment by the Bucks. Govs miss an open opportunity. Now Abe O'Brien tries for three, but won't get this one from the right corner. Governors back up the floor. First pass tipped, but it gets to Terwilliger out on the right wing. He'll step up to the right elbow. Shot up, no good. And Yankton picks up the loose ball, but it was O'Brien who had a foot out of bounds and did not have that reestablished in the court of play. So a minute in, 59 seconds to be exact. The Governors will inbound, no score, as both teams have gone 0 for 2 to this point. The inbound up top to Lincoln Dilges. Now Caden Aharts will hand one off to Jaron Deal. Governors trying to get on the board first in this possession. Another entry pass. Terwilliger has it tipped and taken away. An Austin Conway steal here. And the Bucks are back right to left across the timeline. It's all about defense, especially for Yankton. Chris Haynes, a pretty good tutor of that aspect of the game. Here's Owen Eidsness. He'll give it back. Right side. Now this is back Reichen. Up top to Eidsness again. Yankton trying to solve the 2-3 zone early on against the Governors. They get an entry pass. Loose ball picked up and a shot blocked by Jaron Deal. On the attempt by Jackson Kudera, just down on the right block. Yankton will have it out of bounds with just 5 seconds left on the shot clock here. Reichen inbounds. He gets it out to the left corner, and it's a 3-ball good, and there's a foul on Caden Aharts as Kudera hits it with a swish. And it's Aharts with the foul, his first personal, so a chance at a 4-point play for Yankton's number 4 on his back. And Kudera does not get the free throw. It's in and out, no good. Aharts down with a rebound. So Pierre will play from behind early on. 2 minutes in, 6 minutes to go, quarter number 1. Governors will continue to feed Cooper Terwilliger inside as much as possible, but they want this guy too, Corday Austin, to come up big tonight. Austin into the paint. Terwilliger closed off by Conway. Outside, now back in. He gets it, and he's got to fire at a sharp angle that's well off the mark. No good. Caught on the fly by Owen Eidsness. Eidsness up across. Yankton leading 3-0. Early on here, still in the first period. Nice pass underneath, and Terwilliger late to challenge, but he does alter the shot of Abe O'Brien just enough as that one rims in and out. Terwilliger with the rebound, his second. The Governors back with it, left to right. Could use some offense here. Jaron Deal to Caden Ahart's near side. Underneath, Terwilliger, and he'll take a push and end up on the floor. That's a hard thing to do. Put a 6'6", 240 tight end on the floor. And already you've got Terwilliger and Conway jawing at each other. Lucas Pearson will try to quell that. It's going to be interesting to say the least. Obviously, the last time players from these two teams met was on the gridiron back in November when the Governors did get another championship win over the Yankton Bucks, 56-31. And there are people, as Corday Austin feeds underneath the Terwilliger. The push from Conway will be a foul, and Terwilliger will go to the free throw line. Oh, it's Abe O'Brien who's whistled for the foul, not Conway. That's big. That's good news for Austin Conway, as that would have been his second. So meanwhile, Terwilliger gets free throws. And, of course, we're talking about that football championship. But there are people in this gym, not only players in uniform, but players in the student body who probably came prepared to make sure that the Yankton Bucks don't forget the last time these two teams renewed acquaintances. 2 for 2 for Terwilliger, and hopefully everybody does it in a respectful manner. That's my hope, because I'm an old fuddy-duddy now. Here's Conway out to the corner. Kept alive by the Bucks. Kudera now swinging it through all the way to Beck Reichen. And he'll get it back to Kudera, but he'll stutter a step and travel with it. Turnover number 1 for Yankton. 3-2 Bucks. They've got a three-pointer down the Governors with a couple of freebies from the stripe. 4:39 to play in the first period here at Riggs High Gym. We'll keep you updated on that girls game when we get an opportunity. That one may or may not be underway. We did start about 10 minutes early here tonight. Austin's dribble a little bit careless. It's taken away by Owen Eidsness at half court. Yankton has it back, looking to add to a 1-point lead. Riken picks his dribble up. Of course, a big name in Yankton sports, especially in recent memory, both football and basketball. Riken, he'll kick it off, and the near side three is good for Owen Eidsness. Second long one down for the Bucks, and a 6-2 lead for the red and white as we hit the halfway mark of quarter number one. Inside Terwilliger, corner three. Corday Austin rims one in and out, no good. Good look, but it won't go. Eidsness with the rebound, but he'll lose it into the hands of Caden Aharts. Turnover number 2 for Yankton. Ahart speeds it across. Deal. Now Dill just open. 15-footer on the left baseline. No good. That won't go. Terwilliger again ends up on the floor, and we'll have a foul called as Cooper got undercut, apparently. Chris Haynes questioning the call, and it's Austin Conway who does pick up his second personal this time. So the big fella's got to be careful on that Bucks side. Don't want to get into too early of foul trouble here as we've got 3:38 to play off of the inbound for the Govs. Aharts picks his dribble up, free throw line, half circle with it. Terwilliger trying to drive, but again closed off. He'll look, find Dilgis, who drives into traffic, and a shot block, and it's taken away. We'll give a steal here to Abe O'Brien, which would be turnover number 3. Here fans may have wanted a foul, but this is good old-fashioned ESD physicality. So far here in quarter number 1, here's an entry pass, and it's O'Brien bobbling it. Ball comes up into the hands of Terwilliger. Here's Austin in the paint, and the short-range effort on the run is off the back of the rim, no good. But a foul will send Austin to the free throw line. O'Brien, the guilty party, with his second personal. Nope, they said 4, not 5. So it's Jackson Kudera, the 6'1 sophomore, with his first personal. 14 fouls for Yankton with 3 minutes to play. The Governors are at the free throw line now, and they'll be in the bonus for the rest of this first period. Austin, the senior, at the free throw line, will score his first point. The first of 2 is down. Austin Conway, with 2 of those 4 team fouls, will have to check out, and the first substitution for the Bucks is Miles Drotzman, a 6-foot junior. Yankton gives away a lot of size, though, with that substitution. They really don't have anybody with the size of Conway on their bench when they have to sub out for him, or sub in, as the case is. 6-4 as Austin goes 2 for 2. Govs have all of their points from the free throw line so far. Here's O'Brien from the right baseline. Shot won't go. Austin with the rebound, looking to run. Still with it, and he'll lean in. There's a blocking foul, and Austin will go to the free throw line again. Ball from Lee Johnson is number 4, as Kudera will pick up his second personal. One thing Coach Larry Aker noticed in Yankton, as well as they defend against, mind you, some pretty good teams, especially in South Dakota, as close as they keep games, even though they haven't been able to come out on top very much, they do look to take charges. However, Austin pulls or gets the foul on Kudera, again his second. First free throw's good this time for Corday. Second one, as he eyes his mark, is up and swished as well. So Pierre 6 for 6 from the free throw line. They've got their first lead, or rather it is 6-6. Our first tie, and a timeout taken by Coach Haynes and the Bucks. A 30-second break in the action. Our timeouts are brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling and Pierre. We've got 2:39 to play. Quarter number 1, a 6-6 tie. Back in 30 seconds. This is Governor Basketball.
We have been your partner on the road since 1948.
We bring decades of expertise to ensure your journey begins with confidence. Our goal is to turn your visit into a memorable experience, leaving you with a smile and peace of mind.
Iverson Auto of Mitchell and Huron are here to make your car buying experience smooth and enjoyable every step of the way.
Visit us online at iversonauto.com.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box.
Your hometown neighborhood market.
Back at Riggs High, and timeouts again sponsored by Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. Fans, stay tuned, and hopefully we'll be able to give you some highlight plays, right on the money type highlight plays, which in our broadcast are brought to you by Rounds Financial Services in Pierre, where your money works for you. It's Rounds Financial Services, Osaic Wealth member, SIPC. Yankton out of their first timeout, working it around the zone. Logan Whitty has checked into the game for the first time out of that timeout. Pierre tips a pass. Yankton had to run it down into the backcourt. 7 on the shot clock. Baseline pull up here, but it will not go. Didn't really see who attempted that shot. I think Terwilliger with the basket. In fact, it was Tegan LaCroix who just checked in for Yankton. 6-6 the tie here. The Governors have scored 4 in a row from the free throw line. They still have yet to get a field goal down. All of their points have come from the free throw line. Pass knocked away by O'Brien, away from Terwilliger. Now Austin runs it down. Now checks up from the free throw line. This shot won't go. Pierre still without a field goal as Yankton pulls down the rebound. Drotzman has it. Bucks with a couple of benchers on the floor right now, including Tegan LaCroix with it. Here's Beck Reichen. Fakes a 3, drives, kicks it off. Drotzman back up top. Governor Zone covering things up against this Yankton offense. They've got 2 3-pointers down. Reichen fakes 3 again, goes to the baseline, rims one in and out. It just won't go. Terwilliger with another board for the Governors. You're still looking for their first lead in this first quarter. Whitty down to Austin in the left corner, and he stutters his steps and travels. He didn't see it, but I'll tell you, it was there. That's a good look from Lucas Pearson. Austin a little surprised, but there just was a little stutter. In the NBA, they'd let that one go easily, but not in high school basketball. Under a minute to go, first quarter. Slow start for both teams. We've seen this from the Governors, getting slow starts. Maybe they still have a big run in them at some point, but Yankton, meanwhile, will get their third 3 of the night, the second of which from the 6-foot senior, Owen Eidsness. 9-6, Bucks back on top. Eidsness, all things considered, might be one of the better athletes they've got in their system. Here's Aharts looking for an answer. That's short. Yankton rebounds. And up the floor they'll come, and they can play for a final shot of quarter number 1. 15 seconds to go. They'll cross the time stripe. Reichen gets it near side and gets it back. Now gives it back again to LaCroix. Underneath and a quick pass from Eidsness. Kudera up top. Reichen at the free throw line, and we're going to have a foul called here in the act of shooting. That will send Yankton to the free throw stripe. Sincere Wilson, who checked in a little bit ago, the 5'11 senior for Pierre, called for the foul. They have 0.1 second on the clock. So they will line the lane, even though there's really no time to do anything, even if a shot should come away. Reichen at the stripe hits the first one, his first point of the night. Yankton hits 3 threes on the floor, and now 1 free throw with another one coming from Beck Reichen. This one is up, and it's in and out, no good. No rebound as the clock didn't start. Well, they won't have to. Now, officially, our first quarter comes to an end. On the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, Yankton out to a 10-6 lead on the scoreboard from Gales Gas Service in Pierre. We pause for 1 minute, and we're back for quarter number 2. Governor Basketball is on your official home of the Govs, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Xander Auto Parts, the only local.
They've been building partnerships for life by treating customers right, offering a low-pressure sales process, no haggling over price, passing low overhead savings on, and providing a Ford-certified service department fixing it right the very first time. If you're looking for a new Ford, a quality pre-owned vehicle, a new or used ATV, or a trailer, stop by Jan Bussey Ford in Highmore and experience the difference.
Jan Bussey Ford, building partnerships for life.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union press box.
8 minutes in the books. We'll try again as far as the Pierre Governors are concerned, see if they can get a field goal or more down. They were 6 for 6 from the free throw stripe, but 0 for 7 in that first quarter of play on the floor. Yankton leads 10-6, but the Governors have the first possession of our second period. Brian Oakland with a play-by-play. Here's a pass from Aharts underneath, and Cooper Terwilliger does what he ought to do a little more often. He went straight up with it. A little over pursuit on the attempt to block the pass, but Terwilliger scores. Left side bunny. And Miles Drotzman clips him in the meantime, so a chance for an and one here for Cooper T, but this one in and out, no good. Sure, they make a field goal, and then they go imperfect from the free throw line for the first time. After being 6 for 6 before that, Governors back within 2. It's 10-8 Bucks as they put it in motion. Underneath, Aharts runs up the backside, and a shot is up and good, and Yankton answers with a bucket of their own with a chance at a three-point play. Aharts with the foul, and number 5 for Pierre will send number 5 for Yankton. Abe O'Brien to the free throw line for a free throw opportunity. O'Brien's first field goal was good, and his first free throw is good as well. 13-8, Bucks on top. Yankton will show some full court press. It's like a 1-2-2 here, and a dangerous pass, but over pursuit gives the Governors the numbers, but a tipped pass by Reichen, and Yankton will steal it back. Transition, kick out. Reichen fakes the three, gets put to the floor. Actually, as Drotzman takes the pass, drives. O'Brien, nice pass across the lane, but still the Governors are there to cover it up defensively. Now another kick out through the hands of O'Brien. He ran it down, but fumbled it just as Dilgis was right there to give him something else to think about. And the Bucks will lose it for the fourth time here in this first half. 13-8. Yankton on top. Pierre has not led in this game. We've had one tie, and that was at 6-6. Here's Austin out of bounds, and again, his first pass taken, and that is interrupted by either Reichen or Eidsness. Austin loses his balance. The Governors lose a possession for the 6th time so far here in this first half. 6:45 to go. We're in the second. Reichen near side up top with it. Across to Eidsness, back to Reichen. Reichen drives, dishes off, and O'Brien gets the finish. Beck Reichen is really generating some offense here for Yankton. I've got him with 4 assists on 5 out of 5 for Yankton thus far. All 5 of their baskets, in fact, have been assisted, and they lead 15-8. And on the move is Deal. He comes to a stop, then takes 2 steps, and that's a travel. The Governors, the last thing we talked about with Coach Aker and keys to success, it was one that I added, and I said, let's stay focused tonight. I don't think they're quite there. They've got to sort some things out. Coach Aker will take a 30-second timeout to try to get them on the right path. 15-8 our score. Yankton leads. 30-second Coke break with 6:15 to go in the first half. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
Success means different things to different people. But to us, it means seeing my daughter follow in my footsteps, keeping the farm in the family, just getting to do this every day. We're Agtegra Cooperative, and we're generationally successful. That's who we are. Agtegra Cooperative.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union press box.
7-point lead for the Bucks at 15-8. Early on, a 7-point lead in Yankton for the Gazelles as Yankton leads the girls' game 7-0. Slow start for the Governor girls down at the Summit Center. Long pass as Yankton comes out of the Coke break. But Cooper Terwilliger will knock one away out of bounds. He'll run a few steps up in the bleachers section. That's where you want to knock them away and out of bounds. If you have to follow them or get your momentum to slow down, you want to run right up the fire steps, the fire escape steps. in that bleacher section on the near side. Here's Reichen again, faking three. Now Eidsness, no fake. He'll fire, but the rebound actually misses. Now Logan Whitty dives, and he comes up with it off of a miss by Eidsness. Governors need some offense here. Deal to Dilgis. Drive, score, and a foul. Chance at a three-point play for Lincoln Dilgis. Governors getting some things in motion. Maybe the first time we can say a right on the money highlight play for the Governors as Dilgis scores the basket and has a chance at a three-point play. Abe O'Brien with his second personal foul, right on the money highlight plays like that. Brought to you by Rounds Financial Services in Pierre. Dilgis with a high arcing effort from the stripe, but it's up no good. Eidsness down with a Yankton rebound. Pierre back within 5 at 15-10. 5.5 to go. We're in the second period here at Riggs High. Glad to have you aboard for Tuesday Night Hoops. Tegan LaCroix gives off near side. Beck Reichen jump stop in the lane. Now a kick out. No, and Eidsness is 3 for 4 from distance. Eidsness with 9. That's half of the output for the Bucks, who lead Pierre 18-10. Yankton 4 out of 7 from distance so far. Here's Deal to the left block on the drive. Got to use the square on that one, young man. He does not. And Pierre will rebound, Yankton rebounds the miss. The Governors with a foul. Give Drotzman a rebound off of the Jaron Deal miss, and Corday Austin committing his first personal foul. Second as a team in the quarter for the Govs. 18-10 Yankton. Tell you what, if you're Pierre, you do not want this game to get more wide open than it is right now. Stay within striking distance until your offense finds a rhythm. They've shown that they can do that, but another three opportunity here. This one too long, too strong. Austin Conway is back in there. He gets a rebound. He'll feed to Drotzman on the cut. And Miles Drotzman will score the bucket. First miss from Grady Walder, 5'10 junior, who checked in that last timeout or play stoppage for the first time. Terwilliger had it knocked away, got it back, and then Walder tries to do the same. But this time he gets him on the wrist, and Walder will pick up a first personal foul. 3 for the Bucks in the quarter. Yankton leading by 10 now, 20-10. Second chance basket off of the first offensive rebound for either team. Now a lob pass, not long enough. There's an easy steal for Miles Drotzman off of the inbound. To the left wing near side. Eidsness got it back from Walder. Has it again. Now Reichen. Reichen penetrating with a kick out. Walder back up top. Eidsness on the move. Walder from deep, right side, no good. And this will be a block out for Deal. And it looks like Mr. Johnson pointing to Beck Reichen, who will pick up his first personal. Yankton content to try those three-pointers, but Walder's missed a couple now. 3:51 to play in the half, and it's 20-10 Bucks. Governor's still looking for something in the way of offense to get things going. 6 free throws in the first quarter, only 2 field goals so far here in the second period. Handoff from Aharts to Sincere Wilson. Wilson starts left, comes back to the right. Deal underneath, Terwilliger, and it's up and good. Good feed there. Those two did it well on the football field. And they connect here, 4-2. Terwilliger with 6 in the game. 20-12. Yankton leads by 8. Kick out to Walder up top. It goes to Drotzman. Now near side again, Reichen. Baseball pass to the far side. Skips it to Eidsness. He was trying to get it back to Reichman, but Drotzman cut in front. Then Drotzman feeds to Conway. He tries a jump hook. It's no good. Terwilliger rebounds. Good strong move for Austin Conway. Didn't fall, though. Now Ahart's on the near side to Austin. And again, Austin loses the dribble into the hands of Reichman. Transition basket. Good. Actually, it's Reichen who scores. It was Eidsness with the steal. And Reichen is fouled. Yankton getting it done in transition. The lead is back to 10 again, and the foul is on Terwilliger, his first. Brady Walder checks out in the play stoppage. Jackson Kudera, who's been sitting for a while with 2 personals, back in. And Reichen back to the free throw line. To finish a 3-point play. It's good. He has 4. 23-12, a double-digit lead for Yankton. They probably haven't had too many of those. The one victory they've had this season came in their 4th game. That was over Aberdeen Central, 68-35. Obviously a game they dominated against a team that's had their struggles in the Golden Eagles, who we saw 1 week ago tonight right here in this gym. Here at a 22-point win that night. Movement for the Govs. Logan Whitty back in there. Conway challenged that. Whitty picks up a loose dribble and now gets it to Deal. The Govs have to be aware. 10 on the shot clock. Deal will pull up for 3. Too much on that one. Rebound on the backside by Eidsness. And back the Bucks come from right to left. A kick out from Reichen to Kudera. Here has 3 rebounders there, and Deal had it, but then Eidsness gets a hand on his dribble as Deal tried to get it moving up the floor, and he'll lose it out of bounds. Just not much going well for the Governors. And again, they do have to execute a little bit better than what we've seen tonight as well. Yankton puts it in motion here. Under 2 minutes to play. We're at the 1:45 mark of the second. Here's Eidsness for 3. He'll miss this one. A little bit short from the right wing. Rebound tip to the edge, and Dilgis will run it down. Governor's back, left to right. Deal near center circle to start the offense in motion here. First pass is a handoff to Whitty. Logan to the far side. Aharts now. Gets the screen, gets around Conway, and they'll score the basket. Conway reached in. And Aharts keeps going, gets the layup. I'm a little surprised that they didn't call this as just a floor foul. But Conway gets his 3rd personal. Officials will confer. And they will keep the basket on the board for Caden Ahart. So now he'll have a chance at a 3-point play. Chris Haynes is, I think, arguing his case. He's going to have to bring Conway out with his 3rd personal. Aharts went around Conway. Conway reached in, was called for the foul, but Aharts got continuation, which you really don't see in high school hoops very often. But what they're saying is Aharts had started his shooting motion at the time of the foul. Caden does not get the free throw to finish a 3-point play. Yankton has the rebound with Eidsness. And the lead is 9 for the Bucks. 23-14. Eidsness quickly underneath. Nice pass. Good ball movement. But O'Brien to Kudera on the cut from the right side. Kudera's fouled. No, it's O'Brien fouled. And Lincoln Dilgis gets him this time. Minute 12 to play, second quarter. The foul for Dilgis, his first. O'Brien, shot no good on the free throw line. He'll try one more. Yankton led 10-6 at the end of one. They have a 13-8 advantage in the second period, make it 14-8. Second free throw is good, and they lead 24-14. Back up to a double-digit advantage. Yankton playing a 1-2-2. And that's an interesting thing as far as the Governors are concerned. Harrisburg played a 1-2-2. We've got an offensive foul on an Aharts drive. Harrisburg in the second half defended the Governors well with that 1-2-2 zone. And Pierce struggled offensively, and I'm sure Chris Haynes saw that on video and thought, yeah, let's give it a try. We got an offensive foul again on Aharts, his second personal. Turnover number 10 for the Govs. Final minute here of our first half. Yankton leading by 10. They get it inside. They get it back up top. Reichen splits defenders into the paint, kicks it back. 3-ball here, no good. Deal gets in front with a rebound. Actually, it'll be Terwilliger picking up the loose ball. The miss, I believe, by Kudera up top. Here's Deal against Eidsness. 30 seconds to play. And Deal lobs it underneath. Terwilliger got caught under the basket. Couldn't get the angle, coming back with it. Riken rebounds. The Governor's struggles continue. Yankton can play for the last shot here. 24-14. Kudera down to the corner. Miles Drotzman quickly back outside. Now to the left corner. Here's Riken for three from a long ways away. No good. Whitty rebounds. No time to do anything else. However, in our first half, will come to an end. And the Yankton Bucks, who have struggled to find wins this season, will take a 10-point lead into the halftime locker room break. On the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, it's the Bucks 24 and the Pierre Governors 14. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. As we'll pause for 3 minutes, halftime coming up next. Halftime in our broadcast sponsored by Wealth Partners, Ameriprise Financial on East Sioux Avenue in the Capitol Creek Center Plaza in Pierre. Back to talk about it after this 3-minute break. You're listening to Governor Basketball, your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Ameriprise Advisors can work with you.
Hey, Josie, why so glum, chum? I can't find a way to get my whole group to one spot without taking all these cars. You haven't heard of Denwall Transportation? They have luxury seating buses with air conditioning, outlets to charge your phone, and other must-haves for traveling. Whoa, no way! Yeah, you should check them out. Where can I find them? You can follow them on Facebook or denwalltransportation.com. Denwall Transportation, for less stupid driving.
Is your contact for business or commercial and residential needs located in here? No job is too big or small for Allied. Our over 50 years of experience to work for you. And Allied Plumbing and the only supplies we work for our customers is confidence and get a job done. That's why we offer free estimates on every single service. No hidden charges. Give me a call today. Allied Plumbing and Heating. Remember, you can rely on your allies.
John Hoffman service guy. And so, no job is too good or too small for our We pride ourselves in keeping up with new technology, such as Pierre, all used to customize and experience finished space before. So whether you're building new or renovating your own commercial space, John Hoffman. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Each day brings the opportunity to make a difference, to follow through with integrity, to solve challenges through innovative thinking, and to bring the technical know-how needed to get the job done. At Wilbur Ellis, this is how we work, standing side by side as local experts who partner with the stewards of the land. We do it together. That's the power of we.
Protect what matters most with the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, American Family Insurance. Our personalized insurance solutions ensure you're covered, no matter what life throws your way. From home and auto to farm, commercial, and life, we tailor policies to fit your unique needs. With our dedicated team and exceptional service, you'll have peace of mind knowing you're in good hands. Contact the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC.
Best of luck in today's competition to the Pierre Governors from Black Sheep Agronomy, your local agronomy experts. Black Sheep Agronomy wants you to have a successful farm plan, and they're focused on products and practices that work in this region. As community members themselves, Tyler, Tice, and Austin support area students who work hard in their school and extracurricular activities. Good luck, Governors from Black Sheep Agronomy. Call 842-6104 for all your agronomy needs.
Stay in a beautiful Black Hills vacation home, the Summit on Dancing Sky near Leeds, South Dakota in the popular Powder House Pass development. It's a modern rustic design with over 5,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms and 5 baths for you to enjoy. You'll get gorgeous views of the Terry Peak Mountain Range. There's a community pool to enjoy, and you're close to all the attractions like Deadwood, Sturgis, Spearfish, and a whole lot more. The Summit on Dancing Sky. Visit them at DancingSky.com.
Agriculture is like no other business.
Welcome back to the Hawaii.
Yankton had 3 threes in the first quarter, plus a single free throw, and then the Bucks outscore the Governors 14-8 in the second quarter. Pierre goes 4 of 7 in that second period, but they're 4 of 14 overall after starting 0 for 7. 6 of 9 in the at the free throw line. They were 6 of 6 in the first quarter, but they missed 3 free throws, all of them on and 1 opportunities. They couldn't complete on any of 3 3-point play chances. Cooper Terwilliger leads Pierre with 6 points. Corday Austin has 4 points, all from the stripe. Caden Aharts and Lincoln Dilgis with 2 points apiece, just 14 on the board for the home team. For the Yankton Bucks, long road trip. They started 3 of 9 in the first quarter. Again, all of those from distance. Then 5 of 13 in the second period, 8 of 22 overall on the evening from the free throw line. In that second quarter, I didn't add them up, but another 1 out of 8 for Yankton. They've been trying them from outside. They're hitting 4 of 13. 4 of 7 from the free throw line. 5 players in the scoring column already. Owen Eidsness with 3 threes, leads everybody with 9 points. Abe O'Brien has 6, Beck Reichen with 4, and Jackson Kudera with a three-pointer rather, and Miles Drotzman 2 off the bench for the Bucks, who lead 24-14. Governors having a 13-12 rebounding advantage. Yankton with the only offensive rebound in this contest as Austin Conway got the rebound and an assist on a second chance basket for Yankton. But Yankton's defense is causing problems for Pierre. The Govs have turned it over 10 times, Yankton with only 4, and the Bucks have 6 assists, 5 from Beck Reichen tonight compared to 3 for the Governors, 2 of those from Jaron Deal. 24-14 on the scoreboard. And we'll take another 3-minute timeout and be back with more of our Wealth Partners Halftime. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
Hi, this is Clark Jordary, the Business Development Officer at American Bank & Trust in Pierre. With over 25 years of experience as a local business owner, I'm familiar with the day-to-day trials and needs it takes for your farm and business to be successful. AB&T in Pierre has a team of experienced agriculture and business banking professionals that speak your language. Make American Bank & Trust your trusted banking advisor. Call or visit us online at abt.bank today.
The Ramkota Hotel is thrilled to introduce the Riparian Pub and Cafe. Lunchtime just got delicious with their lunch buffet featuring a fresh salad bar, homemade soup of the day, and a daily hot entree served from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday. Whether it's a quick bite or a leisurely lunch, the Riparian Lunch Buffet is for you. Fresh flavors, great variety, and a whole new vibe. The Riparian Pub and Cafe, where great food brings people together.
As a cooperative, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union is owned by our members. Once a member, always a member, even if you move out of the area. We provide deposit services and loans of all kinds, including home loans, egg loans, and vehicle loans with competitive rates. Stop by and visit us at North Garfield at the Northridge Plaza in Pierre, or use our convenient drive-through lane. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones financial advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Sports on the stations of the DRG Media Group. For all of your investment needs, call or stop by your Pierre area Edward Jones office. Go Govs! Edward Jones, member SIPC.
From the first wails of surprise to first day of school questions, playground adventures, learning to drive stress, and graduation cheers, they'll always be your little sunshine. At Avera Children's, we get kids, teens, and parents too. We'll step you through first checkups, milestones, sickness, and specialized care when your child needs it, and treat them like our own every step of the way. Learn more at avera.org/children's.
Wagner Auto Company, South Dakota's oldest auto dealer in Pierre, is your transportation headquarters in central South Dakota. With a great selection of new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicles, and a large selection of quality pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. View their entire inventory at WagnerAuto.com. Experience the Wagner Auto difference for yourself by letting them help you with your next set of wheels. Wagner Auto Company in Pierre.
Back at the half as we wind down Wealth Partners intermission. Brian Oakland with you. It's 24-14 Yankton. Girls game down in Yankton has the Gazelles leading the Governors 23-15. They've got 3 minutes left in the first half. That game is on KGFX and drgnews.com. Other boys scores tonight. The next opponents for both of these teams are playing each other in Huron, and fifth-ranked Huron surprising number 2 Sioux Falls Roosevelt with just one loss on the season. The Tigers lead 30-25 at halftime. Yankton is at Sioux Falls Roosevelt Thursday. The Governors are next in action at Huron 1 week from tonight here on River 92.7. Meanwhile, Sioux Falls, Washington leading Brookings by just one, 26-25 late first half. Top-ranked Lincoln is leading number 3 Watertown 40-19 up in Watertown. Mitchell at halftime leading Sioux Falls Jefferson 36-30. And there's other action still to come with 9 games being played in AA tonight. Top-ranked in girls, O'Gorman defeats T-Area 85-51 tonight. T-Area will be here. Girls hoops on Saturday afternoon. Our next basketball broadcast will be here on River 92.7. Of course, the boys have already played the Titans. We're underway in our second half. First possession and the second half throw-in brought to you by Comtech. On the lower truck bypass in Pierre, Bucks have it with a 10-point lead. They work inside, and the feed from Abe O'Brien to Jackson Kuderup is up and in. And the biggest lead of the night for Yankton is how they begin the second half with a 12-point margin, 26-14. We'll see if the Governors can solve that Buck defense, try to generate some offense. Their first offensive possession here in the second half as they now move right to left. The Governors in their home whites tonight, Yankton in road red. As you watch this one at drgnews.com. Pass to the far side. Austin fakes left, drives right, and kisses it off the glass. That's good for 2. Pretty layup there for Corday Austin. Govs will need more of that. Corday with his first field goal and a somewhat of a highlight play. Corday right on the money. Right on the money. Highlight plays brought to you by Rounds Financial Services in Pierre, where your money works for you. Pass back up top, and Beck Reichen is run into by Jaron Deal. Deal will pick up a foul, his first of the night. First team foul for Pierre in the third quarter. 6:45 to go. We're just underway. Only game of the week for the Governors. We mentioned Governor Girls Hoops here on Saturday against T-Area. We are covering Governor Wrestling also on Thursday night when the Governors host the Mitchell Colonels. Be on the air maybe at about 6 o'clock. Here's a floater down the lane. Kuderuk will not get it to go. It's off the back of the rim. Cooper Terwilliger will inbound. Cooper with the rebounding lead. I've got him at 7 boards, but all defensive so far in this one. Deal from Austin, right wing, dribbles to the free throw line, gets it back to Dilgis in front of the Governor bench. 15 on the shot clock. Terwilliger to Aharts on the left side of the lane. Caden is clipped on the backside, and Owen Eidsness will pick up a personal, his first. This will send Caden Aharts to the free throw line. He seems to be holding the back of his head. I don't know if that's where the foul came from. Eidsness again with personal number 1. Aharts to shoot free throws, but the first one rattles in and out, no good. Governors have got to hit their free throw opportunities. Percentage wasn't that great, even though it was better than 50% in the 2 games this past weekend. Second one is good for Caden Aharts, his 3rd point. Pierre's within 9, now 26-17. Going to be up to the Govs to continue to get defensive stops. Only gave up 24 points in that first half. That's not bad, but It's not good when you're only scoring 14. Here's Eidsness from the free throw line. One-handed effort off the mark. Yankton keeps it alive, though. And they're back with it. Once again, Miles Drotzman is in there. I think he got that offensive rebound. They didn't draw iron, though, so we're down to 5 on the shot clock. Eidsness to Reichen inside the arc. Baseline effort. Shot is blocked by Jaron Deal. As Terwilliger is there, and that would have been a shot clock violation, but the Governors have control. They get the stop. Can they get a hoop? Underneath, Aharts, Terwilliger, pump fake, shot is up and good. Cooper Terwilliger's third field goal tonight. He leads the Governors with 8, and Pierre on a 4-point, making a 5-point flurry now. 26-19, within 7. Reichen kicks out here. Kudera from the left corner. No good. That rims in and out. And Terwilliger down with another rebound. Yankton hit 5 triples in that first half. 4. Terwilliger, backside, left side of the lane. Down low, it's Dilgis, but he could not get a shot up. He'll back it back out. Now has it on the wing. Near side. Govs retool with 10 on the shot clock. Ahart spins in front of the free throw line. Tough shot is up and good for Caden Ahart. Here continues the run. They're within 5 at 26-21. Does look like a little more spirited offense right now for the green and white. Skip pass away. Eidsness will give it back to Reichen. Now leave it with Kudera. Near side. Here's Reichen again. 4 minutes to go, first half. Reichen checks the shot clock. It's under 10. Gets it back. He'll have to fire a 3. He's wide open, and he hits it. Back, Reichen. I could see in his game, he doesn't look to shoot a lot. He'd rather pass it away, but he knew the situation. They were in single digits on the shot clock. He was wide open. You can't help but take that shot, and Reichen swished it. 29-21. Now Austin penetrating, and we've got an offensive foul. It was a good idea. Austin just didn't stop his momentum. He dumped it off to Terwilliger, who drove and laid it up and in, but the damage was done as Austin has a second personal foul, and the Governors have their first turnover of the second half, 11th on the game. And before an inbound, Chris Haynes will take a timeout here. And he'll ask for 60 seconds. 3 minutes and 31 to go in the third period, 29-21. Yankton just ended a sizable run for the Governors, but they lead by 8. We're back in 60 seconds with this Coca-Cola breaking the action. You're listening to Governor Basketball.
When you need building supplies, Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
At Dakota Behavioral Health, we offer comprehensive mental health services, including medication management. With offices in Pierre and Winter, we provide in-person and telehealth appointments to fit your schedule. Whether you're managing anxiety, depression, stress, or other concerns, our compassionate team is here to help. We are currently accepting new clients, so take the first step for better mental health today. Call Dakota Behavioral Health at 605-702-6769 or visit dakotabh.com to schedule your appointment.
Fentanyl is a
Welcome back to the Hawaii.
Since 1956.
Third quarter continues. Welcome back out of the second timeout used by Chris Haynes and the Yankton Bucks. They'll have the basketball with an 8-point lead, 29-21. Welcome back to Riggs High Gym. Governor girls are trailing 31-17 now in the Summit Center down in Yankton. Austin Conway checks in, I think for the first time. He had 3 fouls in that first half. Checks in for the first time in the second half. Miles Drotzman, who started the half, has it, now gives it off, and on the run, in the baseline, it's up, no good. Conway had it, Terwilliger tips it, and Jaron Deal is down with a rebound off of the miss from Owen Eidsness. Now pass tipped, and we'll have a Deal foul. It'll be a steal for Beck Reichen. Another turnover for the Govs. They have 11, Yankton with only 4. And that is one of the bigger statistical stories in this contest. 29-21, Larry Aker barking a bit at Lucas Pearson. Pearson listening. They're now back on the job. 2:45 to go here in the third. Riken sets things up. Gets it to Heidsness near side. Now Conway over to Miles Drotzman. On the move. Closed off by Dilgis. Hands off back to Beck Riken. Riken just keeps the dribble alive. Working against Jaron Deal. Governors are in man-to-man for the first time tonight, at least from my notice. Here's Conway underneath. The long bouncer back out to Reichman. Hang time, and oh my goodness. The shot up no good from the half circle. A foul's called on the Governors, and I'm going to be honest, folks, in this case, as Austin called for the foul, if that was on a block, I actually think I saw a little bit of daylight in between the hand and the ball. But I'm not as close as the official was on this case. So Austin, who rarely fouls players, has 3 tonight. This puts Riken at the free throw line. If I've said Reichman too many times for Yankton folks tonight, I sincerely apologize. I do know the name of Riken, but I know players by the name of Reichman. So I tend to say things out of habit. They're changing the foul from Austin to Jaron Deal, and that'll be his third personal. Or rather, I've got him at 2. Riken missed one, makes the second. He's 3 for 5 from the stripe. Hit a big three-pointer to start the offense here in the second half as well. 30-21. Yankton, who saw the Governors get back down to within 5, scoring 7 in a row. Terwilliger calling for the ball as he misses a shot here, but is fouled by Austin Conway. So Conway's going to pick up number 4. You got 2 football guys playing hoops in Austin Conway and Cooper Terwilliger, and they're putting on a battle. Terwilliger is winning that battle. And so far, Yankton's winning the war as Conway going to have to check out. Terwilliger's first free throw is good this time. Conway out, a little flustered, just wondering what he needs to do. Abe O'Brien checks back in. Terwilliger's second free throw is good. He's 4 for 5, and he's got 10 points. The first Governor in double figures tonight. You're within 7, 30-23. We're under 2 minutes to go in the third period. Plenty of time left in this one, but the Governors have to start taking advantage. Get some stops and get more offense going. Drotzman open for 3 is online, but has too much on it. Terwilliger with a rebound. This is getting close to double figures in that category as well. Here's Corday Austin. 3 from the corner, and it's good. Corday Austin hits the first triple of the night for the Pierre Governors. It's a 4-point ball game now, the closest Pierre has been since the start of the second period when Yankton led 10-6 on the drive. Left side goes Jackson Kuderup as he will draw the contact. And Caden Aharts picks up his 4th personal foul. So that last foul might have been on Aharts instead of Deal. And we thought it might have been Deal instead of Corday Austin. As Caden Aharts has 4 personals now. And now the scorers table alerting the officials to the fact that Pierre has 5 team fouls here in the second half. And they may very well. I've just circled so many people's fouls because they've changed their minds a couple of times here. But bonus situation for Kudera at the stripe for the first of 2 is no good. Jackson Kudera with 5 points. The lead is 4 for Yankton. Second free throw swishes. So the 5-point lead put back up. 31-26. Dilgis to inbound. Riken looking for a steal, but it bounces on the end line. And Yankton contesting these inbounds. Sincere Wilson on the floor, by the way, as is Logan Whitty, as Deal and Aharts with those 4 fouls checks out. Corday Austin, who hit a 3 a moment ago, hoping to run the show a little bit. Maybe the Governors are hoping for that, but Corday, for the 3rd time, has not been able to control the dribble. Eidsness almost gets a steal, but this will be a jump ball instead. Simultaneous possession, and Pierre fortunate to have the possession arrow. 61 seconds left here in the 3rd period. Wilson gets it into the backcourt on the inbound to Dilges. 20 on the shot clock as we resume. Austin against Eidsness again. They'll bring it right side. Here's Wilson. Finds Dilges left side on the skip pass. Dilges is going to float one up. It's off the front of the rim. No good. Trying to keep it alive. And Dilges gets an offensive rebound, and the Governors will get a timeout. That's the first offensive board for the Governors tonight. 43 seconds left. 30 seconds. Let's call it a Coca-Cola timeout. Coca-Cola bottling in Pierre. 31-26. Yankton by 5 on River 92.7.
At Black Hills Federal Credit Union,
up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal.
43 seconds left, final minutes of quarter number 3. Yankton has led throughout, and they currently hold a 31-26 lead. A team looking for just their 2nd victory of the season, past the halfway point. In fact, coming in on a 7-game losing streak, but they're still the team out playing the home team in this one. Governors have it, though, out of their 2nd timeout used tonight. Corday Austin with it. He'll find Sincere Wilson. The Governors have a fresh shot clock after what was an offensive rebound. Backdoor cut. Austin reverse. It's up and in. Fed by Lincoln Dilges. Corday Austin with a 7-point 3rd period, and a pretty one at that. Another right on the money. Highlight play sponsored by Rounds Financial Services in Pierre, where your money works for you. The Governors have trailed by 12 early in this quarter. They trail by only 3 now. Eidsness looking to double that, but the 3-ball no good. Long rebound kept alive. Kudera can't get a putback. Austin rebounds here. Half court, much too much on that one. And the Governors will go to the 4th quarter, trailing only by 3. Your Gales Gas Service scoreboard, Yankton 31 and the Governors 28. Governors outscore the Bucks 14-7, 2 touchdowns to 1 in that 3rd period. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. A fun one coming up for the 4th in 1 minute. This is Pierre Governor Basketball.
Service Master of Pierre has been proudly serving Pierre and Fort Pierre for over 40 years. They offer professional carpet and upholstery cleaning, post-construction cleanup, residential and janitorial services, and thorough disinfection cleans. Service Master Restore provides expert water, smoke, fire, mold, and odor damage restoration, along with drying, dehumidification, and trauma or biohazard cleanup. When disaster strikes, every second counts. Trust the experts who've been doing it for over 40 years. Service Master of Pierre. Get clean today.
Futures aren't made by accident. They're dreamt, they're planned, they're discovered. At Northern State University, futures are the result of hard work and grit. NSU is an academic powerhouse with a spirit of exploration and genuine support, where professors know your name and push you to discover what you're truly capable of. But don't take our word for it. When you experience Northern, you'll see the difference here.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
We're back at Riggs High Gym, your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com. Brian Oakland with the play-by-play. Again, Pierre outscoring Yankton 14-7 since halftime. We'll go to the 4th in a 31-28 ball game. There was no reason to suspect that this game would not go all the way down to the wire, and right now it certainly looks like it very well may. Bucks on the opening possession of the quarter. Here's Riken. Pass was tipped by Logan Whitty, but Yankton still with it as they hit the 10-second mark on the shot clock. Miles Drotzman with it. Up top to Owen Eidsness. Will get it back to Riken. Their playmaker. Terwilliger blocks the shot. It comes down off the backboard on top of Riken as he runs it out of bounds. And Cooper Terwilliger makes a defensive play to help the Governor cause as we begin our fourth quarter. Here will inbound. Yankton showing pressure. Corday Austin to bring it up across the timeline. Sincere Wilson starts the fourth quarter, as does Logan Whitty. Again, Jaron Deal and Caden Ahart's in a little bit of foul trouble, especially Ahart's with 4. Here's Wilson driving left side. Awkward shot. Will not go. His first attempt of the night. Riken has the rebound for Yankton. First minute gone by, quarter number 4. Could be a big play for the Yankton Bucks. They get their own right on the money highlight play this time to advance the lead back up to 5:30 right on the money highlight plays, even for the opposing team, sponsored by Rounds Financial Services in Pierre, where your money works for you. Same Rounds family that has a presence in Yankton as well. Here's Austin. Shot interrupted. No good. Terwilliger offensive rebound. He'll be held from there. And then Owen Eidsness. Eidsness put a hard dribble on the floor in disbelief after the call. He'll be the guilty party here. Couldn't believe it. It's a good thing he caught the dribble, we should say, as he might have been teed up had he spiked it. Certainly reasons to be emotional in this one. Here's Deal on the baseline. Needs help. Finds Terwilliger, but too much on this one. And this time it is Drotzman who will interrupt the shot and be called for the foul, sending Cooper Terwilliger back to the free throw line. Drotzman's second personal. The only Buck in this game in foul trouble is Austin Conway, who's had a difficult time working with and against Cooper Terwilliger, but Cooper at the stripe this time misses the first. Here comes the big fella back in. In for Drotzman, who picks up his second personal. Caden Ahartz has 4 for Pierre. And Terwilliger short on the second attempt. The rebound tipped. Controlled by Eidsness and the Bucks. The Governors come up empty. 35-30, Yankton by 5. Outside of 5 minutes to go, quarter number 4. Here's Riken. Now a quick fire 3. Kudera can't get it to go. Dilgis got banged around. He had the rebound, but it's taken away. An offensive board here for Abe O'Brien. Now Riken back on the left wing, down to the baseline. This is Conway looking. Oh, nice pass for the big guy, but it's too strong and too high. Off the glass, the miss by Eidsness. Dill just rebounds for the Governors. Here comes Pierre. Deal crossing over, tipped pass, it's taken away. Eidsness with a steal and the 1-on-2. And you've got a foul on Dilgis. It'll send Owen Eidsness to the free throw line. Well, whether it's football or in this case tonight in basketball, Owen Eidsness is a problem for opposing defenses, or in this case for the opposing offense, the Governor offense. Eidsness has had a number of steals tonight. Trying to get a free throw here. It's off the back of the rim, but it bounces up and then falls through. First attempt of the night from Charity Town, and Owen Eidsness hits it. Foul on Dilgis was his second. Eidsness looking to make it a 7-point game, and he does. Rolls it in. Owen in double figures with 11. Kudera has 10. And he got a jump ball in the backcourt, and Yankton has the arrow. You wonder why Yankton has the lead in this game. They lead 37-30 with 4:25 to go. The Governors have 14 turnovers. The Bucks just 4. Inbound from Riken. Out to Kudera. Spots up for 3 and hits a big one. Jackson Kudera's second of the quarter from distance. This quarter started as a 3-point ball game. The Governors got it to 1 at 31-30, but now Yankton has run off 9 in a row. Here's Dilgis, and he's going to be called for a travel. It was a good idea for Lincoln Dilgis to try to step around a defender. Well, the Governors commit another turnover. It's getting pretty close to time for a timeout for Pierre. They've got to stop the momentum here, but they need a big defensive stop. Trailing by 10. Riken keeps dribbling. Inside of 4 minutes we go. Conway in the middle of the lane, going to have to get out of there. After getting the pass away, here's Kudera in the paint. Kick it out. Abe O'Brien puts it on the floor. Now back up top. Kudera in the half circle. O'Brien to Conway. 5 on the shot clock, and Austin Conway scores one over Cooper Terwilliger. And we are going to have a technical foul. Is this a foul? I think it's a tech. I wasn't looking. I was looking in my stat sheet. Conway and Terwilliger. And Chris Haynes saw it all the way, and he's not too happy with his big man. You don't have to go very far back. Again, these two teams, and especially the football players, you knew it was going to be kind of an emotional night getting back together again since for the first time since November. But Conway gets teed up, and that's his 5th personal foul, so he scores his first basket of the night, but that's going to be all she wrote. Now Corday Austin shooting free throws, got the first, gets the second. The Governors get 2 gift points to make it a 10-point game again. And it was just a taunting technical foul called on Austin Conway. If the Governors need a momentum boost, which they do, we'll see if they can use that to turn it into just that. Caden Aharts is back in off the bench playing with 4 fouls, and he just double dribbled. Governors again, key to success. The last one we talked about. Got to stay focused. Yankton is going to try to keep their focus with the help of a 30-second Coca-Cola timeout here. 3:19 to play. Yankton had a 9-point surge a moment ago, and they lead by 10, 42-32. We're back in 30 seconds with more Pierre Governor basketball.
Taking care of your...
The best Western Ramkota Hotel in Rapid City supports all South Dakota student athletes and their families. They are conveniently located off Interstate 90, close to downtown and minutes from the beautiful Black Hills. The Ramkota offers sports and family-friendly rates. Guests can relax for free in the indoor water park. They have 36,000 square feet of banquet and meeting space, and the award-winning Minerva's Restaurant and Bar is located on site. Best Western Ramkota welcomes everyone to beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota.
The DWU.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit
Call a
Union.
timeout. Quick station identification. You're listening to Governor Basketball.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety. River 92.7, KGFX FM, and K296FI, Pierre. Put the phone down. Focus on driving.
Bucks inbound. All the Governors were in the backcourt, but Yankton speeds it up ahead into the front court, and Owen Heidsness will be able to back it back out. Bucks lead by 10, and they'll have the luxury of chewing time off of the play clock or off of the shot clock each time they possess the basketball from here on in. Heidsness might have just traveled there, but gets the pass away. Inside, and a strong move. There's a travel for Abe O'Brien, and oddly enough, I kind of thought he kept his pivot foot down, but finally, a Yankton turnover in the second half. 42-32. Yankton has obviously played well against better competition this season, so Ahart's just dribbled it off his foot and again goes into the backcourt. Another turnover unforced by the Govs. 2:43 to play. And Yankton will have it to inbound in front of their own bench as they'll get it to Heidsness in the backcourt. Heidsness against Corday Austin. Hands it off to Beck Reichen. Reichen on the move. Now it's O'Brien against Terwilliger. He stops, pump fakes, and didn't have the rhythm, but he gets the shot up. It's off the mark, no good. But Kudera down with an offensive rebound. Big one there for Yankton. Now Reichen to reset again. 2:10 to play. Governors with 2 fouls. Might have to think about getting some fouls here. Or they get a takeaway here. Bad pass as it's taken away by Aharts, and here's a Reichen reach foul. That'll be his second. That was just miscommunication by Yankton. The player got caught down on the block and just needed some help to get rid of it, but he threw it to nobody, and it was run down by Aharts for a takeaway. Caden with a long 3 off of an inbound. No good. Collision here, and Reichen ends up on the floor. He'll ask for a timeout. Good smart play there. Aharts was online, but it's just off the front of the rim from the right wing. It's a Yankton timeout, their 4th. And this will be a 60-second Coca-Cola break in the action. 1:58 to go. Still a 10-point Yankton lead. Back in a minute on River 92.7.
At First Dakota.
For 2026.
3 from the corner. Good. A huge
36 teams travel to the world's only Corn Palace in Mitchell. Action begins on 9 a.m. on February 13th and 14th with all games streamed on Live Ticket TV on pay-per-view. $12.99 per game or $94.95 for all 18 games. The 2026 DWU Culver's Classic, February 13th and 14th inside the world's only Corn Palace and on Live Ticket TV.
Need a boost? Want to start feeling better? Atlas Chiropractic in Winter now offers hyperbaric oxygen therapy. This state-of-the-art treatment increases tissue oxygen levels by over 1,200%, helping boost the body's natural healing processes by more than 70%. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy can help with sports injuries, nerve and brain injuries, including concussions, vascular and blood vessel issues, fibromyalgia, and other inflammatory conditions. This treatment is FDA approved and research proven. Visit Atlas Chiropractic in Winter, home to one of the few heart chambers in the state of South Dakota. Call today and start maximizing your healing.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal.
Hi, Jim. The inbound goes to Yankton, and somebody forgot about Owen Heidsness as he is able to streak to the basket and get an easy layup to advance the lead to 12. A Gerondale 3 up top for Pierre, no good. Lincoln Dilgis with an offensive rebound. He's able to put it back, and the Governors get a good answer, and they'll take a timeout themselves. This will be their 3rd used on the night. Another 1-minute Coca-Cola break in the action. 44-34, 1:42 to go. We're back in another minute on River 92.7.
Financial investments.
Online loan application. You can go to our website and apply for a loan when it's most convenient for you. We make getting loan approval fast and easy. Our local lenders are available to assist you if you have any questions. We make it pain-free to get that loan you've been wanting. We're an equal housing lender. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union since 1955. Federally insured by NCUA.
Here's a quick heads up from the parts team at Grossenberg Implement. John Deere SD polyurea grease is on sale this month at all 9 Grossenberg Implement locations. Save 10%. This multifunction grease is perfect for your baler, planter, tractor, gator, mower, and just about anything around the farm. It's an easy way to stock up now and be ready before the season gets busy. Stop in and see the parts staff at Grossenberg Implement and load up on John Deere SD polyurea grease before this offer expires on February 28th.
Welcome back to the Hawaii.
Yankton inbounding again, and they break the governor press, and Eidsness feeds to O'Brien for a bucket. Only Cooper Terwilliger was back defensively. Here's Austin on the other end. He'll break pressure and go for a layup. 46-36. Minute 20 to play in this one. Yankton across the timeline, still leading by 10, 46, as mentioned, 46-36. And a foul in chase called on Jaron Deal. That is number 4 for the Governors, or is it just number 3? It's Deal's 4th. Sincere Wilson and Logan Whitty will check in. Aharts and Deal, who both have 4 personals, will come out. So I might see some defense for offense. Wilson's going to commit a foul now in the backcourt, and that's exactly what the Govs are going to have to do for the rest of this game. Stop the clock, get Yankton to the line, but they still had that one to give, and it's Wilson's 3rd personal. Here with 2 timeouts left, Yankton has 1 left, but the Bucks are in the driver's seat. And these inbound plays like this one have worked for Yankton's success. Wilson will commit another foul, and now we'll see Beck Reichen walk to the other end, left to right to the free throw line. Yankton's been at the line plenty tonight. Coming into this 4th quarter, they'd hit on 6 of 11, but they're 3 of 3 in the 4th quarter alone. Clock stops at 1:07 as Wilson picks up his 4th personal foul. Free throw rims in and out, no good for Beck Reichen. Deal and Aharts for offense back in. Whitty and Wilson will check out. Wilson becomes the 3rd Pierre player with 4 personals, though. Reichen's 2nd free throw, also no good. Terwilliger has to get a rebound over the top of Abe O'Brien. It's a good thing he has 4 inches of height advantage. Held ball. And it is Pierre basketball, so they'll need some quick offense again. Deal to inbound. It's a high lob to Terwilliger as he comes to the backcourt. He'll get it back to Corday Austin, who loses the dribble again. Eidsness with a steal picked up by Reichen, who turns it into a transition layup. I think Eidsness got a hand on that. The lead is 12 again. Here's Aharts for 3. And a timeout taken by the Governors as Caden Aharts tries to keep the Governors alive. 48-39. Timeout here brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling. Full timeout, but we'll pause for 30 seconds. We'll be back with more Governor basketball.
Wagner Auto Company, South Dakota's.
It's a place to lock up money. It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
When you're thinking of a newer used
back
car,
to the Hawaii.
48-39, the visiting Yankton Bucks hoping to end a 7-game losing skid and get their 2nd victory of the season. They have that 9-point lead. Governors with the timeout here will be their 4th. They got 1 to go, so do the Bucks. The possession arrow belongs to Yankton, which can be important in times like these as well. Yankton with the basketball. Yankton's been playing confidently. They certainly have showed it tonight. We'll have to keep that going when they get Sioux Falls Roosevelt in Sioux Falls on Thursday. Sincere Wilson in there, still with 4 fouls. Here is a foul on Logan Whitty. To stop the clock at 38 seconds left, Jackson Cooterra will head to the free throw line. And this is a big deal for the Bucks because one thing in basketball this season that they have not really figured out is how to win the close ones. They've lost a number of games very close, especially lately, to some pretty good teams, obviously, but again, could be a turning point here for the Bucks. And we talked with Coach Haynes about how ready to break out this team has been. Cooterra at the line, hits the first of two. Looking for another. It's up, and it's down. 50-39. The lead into double figures again. Here comes Aharts. Govs need quick offense now. Jaron Deal looking to drive. That's closed off. Riken making things difficult. Back to Aharts for three. No good. Terwilliger with an offensive rebound. Puts it back up and in. Governors have a timeout left, but they won't use it. And now they'll continue to foul with 17 seconds left. It's fairly academic now, as the Governors commit the foul in the backcourt. Corday Austin's third. Cooterra, who just hit two a moment ago, will come back to the line. He missed his first two attempts tonight, but he's hit on four straight. And Cooterra leading these Yankton Bucks with 15 points. Now make it 16. He hit two big threes in this fourth quarter, and that, again, speaking of turning points, probably the turning point in this game. Second one here. Well, that one rims in and out, no good, as Dill just will get a rebound. Yankton wasn't lining the lane. Corday Austin will not lay it in. Jaron Deal will off of an offensive rebound, but that's pretty much going to do it, as the Governors will fall to 4 and 10. Eidsness speeds out of the backcourt, and Yankton exacts a little sweet revenge. The Govs won it on the football field the last time they played, which was big, but tonight just as big for the Yankton basketballers as they end the losing streak and they pick up a big, big victory, and maybe even more extreme, a big, big loss for the Pierre Governors. We'll talk about that in the postgame, but your final score on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard: the Bucks defeat the Governors 51-43 here at Riggs High Gym tonight. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Use their budget plan and keep full service to stay warm all season long with Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Disappointing end to this one tonight for the Governors, but still a number of games to go. And again, we'll talk with Coach Larry Aker about this one in part of our Family Dental postgame, which is coming up. Family Dental with offices in Pierre and Gettysburg. Your big plays of the game after the full recap is from Hermanson Endodontics, and also your Cowboy Country Store's player of the game will be announced when we return with Pierre Governor basketball in the postgame next. This is Governor basketball on River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Dr. Ryan and his team at
Pick up or RV. Think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
At Ringneck Energy, their mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students the best of luck in all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities in our community.
Pests don't wait, and neither should you. At Olson's Pest Technicians, we've been protecting homes and businesses for over 55 years. From bats and attics to rodents and walls, ants in kitchens, stubborn bedbug infestations, even swarms of mosquitoes. We've seen it all, and we handle it all. With expert technicians, ethical treatments, and service across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa, you can count on Olson's to get the job done right. Contact us today at Olson's Pest Technicians. Family owned, community trusted.
Wow, Bill, you're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses, and quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy. Exceptional care.
Most people don't think about their furnace until it's not working, but we do. At Pipe Service Experts, we are trained to see what others miss. Airflow restrictions, pressure imbalances, heat exchanger flaws. That's how we catch little issues before they become cold nights and costly repairs. Because keeping your home warm takes more than just a toolbox. Our certified technicians will get your system running at peak condition.
Welcome back to the
Got out to the early lead. In fact, hit a three-pointer. The Governor's got a couple of free throws. Yankton hit another three. Pierre with 4 more free throws, tied it at 6 in the first quarter, but then Yankton went up 10-6 at the end of one. They advanced the lead to 10 at halftime at 14 with a 14-8 advantage in the second period. Then the Governors come up much better in that third period, outscoring Yankton 14-7 in the third. Suddenly we had a 31 and it became a 1-point game with the Governors scoring first in the fourth quarter, and from 31-30 it looked like this game was on and it would go all the way down to the wire, but then Yankton hit a couple of threes, and I think they had a 3-point play. They scored 9 points in a row, and a 1-point lead quickly turned into 10. And, from there, the Governors tried to play from, obviously come from behind mode, but it wasn't enough. The Bucks kept going back and forth between a 12 and a 10-point advantage, 12 to maybe 10 to a 9 or 11 to 9, but they were able to hold off the Governors at the proverbial arm's length, and they win this one by the score of 51-43, just their second win on the season. But again, we knew coming in this team was perfectly capable of winning games. They just had to learn how to do that. They hadn't won close games yet until tonight, a single-digit margin, but they certainly have benefited from playing well against a real tough schedule. And the Governors, I don't think they overlooked Yankton tonight, but they did not. They did not look quite ready for the defensive effort that the Bucks were able to employ here tonight. And the turnover numbers tell the tale. 18 turnovers for the Governors compared to 7 for Yankton. Good ball control offense. They don't hit shots with a lot of regularity, but they certainly don't turn the ball over very often either. And the shots that they did hit, the baskets they got, very efficient. In fact, they outscored Pierre 20-15 in that fourth quarter, spearheaded by that 9-point rally in the early stages of the quarter, just when the Governors were started feeling pretty good about their chances. Yankton slammed the door and shut it tight, and they locked it from there, as it turns out. Yankton goes 8 of 20 in the second half of play, 16 of 42 overall on the game. They hit 7 out of 20 from long range and 11 of 19 at the free throw line. 3 double-figure scorers for the Bucks. They get Jackson Cooter with 16 points. 13 of those come in the second half, and not only that, but 10 of those 13 in the second half come in the fourth quarter of play. 13 points in for Owen Eidsness. He was the big shooter earlier with 3 threes in the first half. And Beck Reichen will check in with 10 points, but he's got 7 assists, among other statistical factors in this game as well. Abe O'Brien plays well. He gets 8 points tonight. Miles Drotzman with 2 off the bench. Austin Conway, big fella, scores 2 in this game for the Bucks as well. As for the Governors, a good shooting second half, 11 of 19 after hitting just 4 of 14 in the first half, but still just under 50%, 15 out of 33 on the game. 33 shot attempts is not a whole heck of a lot put up by the Governors. Giving possessions away had a lot to do with that, with those 18 turnovers. 2 of 8 for Pierre from outside the arc. They hit 11 free throws just like Yankton does. Pierre of 11 of 17 on the night. Corday Austin will finish with 15 points, kind of a quiet 15 for Pierre. And 11 of those come in the second half. Cooper Terwilliger worked hard again, 14 points. Add to that 13 rebounds unofficially, another double-double for Cooper T, but this one comes in a loss. Caden Aharts with 8 points, and Lincoln Dill just 4. Jaron Deal held to 2 tonight. Logan Whitty is back in action for the Governors, but did not score in this one in regulated minutes, let's say. Pierre did win the rebounding battle, 28-18 overall, 5-4 on the offensive end. Again, Terwilliger with 13 rebounds. Owen Eidsness, as I look, has 6. That's a quick look unofficially to lead Yankton. And Yankton dishing the ball around, 12 assists as a team, 7 from Beck Reichen. 7 is the total for the Governors as Aharts and Deal get 3 apiece. But again, turnovers tell the tale in this one. 18 for Pierre compared to 7 for the Yankton Bucks. 51-43, the Bucks are 2-10 on the season. The Governors fall to 4-9, and I mentioned this is a big loss because you're not getting an awful lot of power points with the loss in this one to a team that is 2-10. The winning percentage obviously not there for the Bucks, and Pierre is only going to get 30 power points. Had they won this one, they'd get 41, and that definitely would have helped their cause when they've got a 37.7 power point average coming in. Yankton gets the 41 instead against a 36.2 power point average. Yankton will vault up from 19, where the Governors are going to be falling from 15, hanging on the bubble of the Sodak 16. Obviously, you need to make the top 16 to get into the postseason. So Yankton wins a big one tonight, 51-43. There's more to talk about in our Family Dental postgame. Another 3-minute break. And, we will continue with big plays of the game coming up from Hermanson Endodontics as well. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building, the garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
I'm Scott Nye. As a coach for the Pierre Governors, I know a winning game plan is crucial. When it comes to your finances, you deserve one too. At New Edge Advisors, our name is new, but our commitment to you isn't. We're the same trusted team you've known, and we've expanded our playbook of resources to help you plan for retirement, manage investments, and protect your future. Let's build the strategy that gets your financial future into the end zone.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC is a separate entity from LPL Financial.
From the first wails of surprise to first day of school questions, playground adventures, learning to drive stress, and graduation cheers, they'll always be your little sunshine. At Avera Children's, we get kids, teens, and parents too. We'll step you through first checkups, milestones, sickness, and specialized care when your child needs it, and treat them like our own every step of the way. Learn more at avera.org/children's.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. They make it easy when looking for a new vehicle, getting all available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop into Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for all your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 605-224-7378.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook. From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Family Dental postgame continues back at Riggs High Gym. Yankton wins it 51-43. They certainly didn't get it done without the help of big plays in our game, and the big plays in the broadcast are brought to you by Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre are right on the money. Highlight plays from Rounds Financial Services in Pierre, but let's talk Hermanson Endodontics in this case, and the big plays of the game are up after this from Hermanson's in Pierre.
Quality comes first at Hermanson Endodontics. Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics strives to provide treatment that's not only comfortable, but also provides the best possible outcome. They do this by effective and timely communication with your dentist and preserving as much healthy tooth as possible using state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre.
Hermanson Endodontics gives us big plays in this game, and there's no question where the turning point was in this one. And the Governors fought back from a 10-point halftime deficit to cut it to 3 at the end of the third quarter at 31-28. Then they scored first in the fourth, suddenly a 1-point lead for the Bucks, 31-30, but a couple of threes in a 9-point run for the Bucks put that lead back up to 10, and really scoring-wise, were not challenged the rest of the way, which is probably about 5.5 minutes left in this ball game when the Yankton Bucks were able to get that lead back up to double digits and hold off any charge that the Governors might have had ideas on. That 9-point run with those threes brought the big plays of the game, sponsored by Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. And that'll kind of lead us into the announcement of tonight's player of the game. Player of the game is brought to you by Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Corday Austin with 15 in a losing cause. Cooper Terwilliger, a solid double-double, 14 points, 13 rebounds, playing strong in this one, but just not enough for the Governors. So we'll look at the Bucks after we hear from Cowboy Country Stores, and your player of the game is next.
Anytime is a good time for Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Fill up your tank and your stomach. Fresh baked pastries, coffees, regular and breakfast pizzas, Camp's chicken, and more. Feed the family while on the go. Then treat yourself to soft serve ice cream in cones and dishes. Convenience with a capital C. Cowboy Country Stores, Euclid Avenue and Harrison Avenue in Pierre and in Fort Pierre.
Well, Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre, player of the game, and the big three for Yankton tonight. Every one of them had made a great case for player of the game. First of all, Beck Reichen, who has 10 points but 7 assists, and this young man just kind of kept everything going. Is very good at penetrating and then getting the kickouts. Obviously, with those assist totals the way they were, with a name like Reichen, probably going to be a pretty good passer, and he turned into a pretty good shooter when called upon, when necessary tonight as well. Then you have Owen Eidsness, who hit 3 threes in the first half to help Yankton to a 24-14 lead. Yankton hit 3 threes in the first quarter to help themselves to a 10-6 advantage. Nobody hit a 2-pointer in that first quarter for either team, as it turned out, but Owen Eidsness was big. And also going to look at the steal totals for Owen Eidsness. I've got him with 4 steals in this game as well, and then that contributed to that Governor turnover tally, which was just too big tonight. But the guy that came up big when Yankton needed him most was Jackson Kudera, the 6'1 sophomore. He's the one who hit the 2 threes in that fourth quarter. And he went 4 for 5 in that fourth quarter, scores 10 points down the stretch and leads all scorers with 16 points in this one. So Jackson Kudera is the player of the game in this one, sponsored by Cowboy Country Stores. Got him a T-shirt noting his accomplishments and a big win for the Bucks, leading the Governors, though, to a almost what could be a detrimental loss in this one. Yankton wins at 51-43. Cowboy Country Stores and Jackson Kudera, your player of the game. So we look ahead to what's to come as the Bucks have a Thursday affair at Sioux Falls Roosevelt. Rosie was a one-loss team coming in. We'll take a look at the scores, and Roosevelt had a tussle with Huron. They were down by 5 at the halftime, and they lose by 10. In fact, Huron defeats Roosevelt, handing the Rough Riders their second loss of the season. Nope, I'm looking at girls. Actually, Huron beat the Roosevelt girls, and it is Roosevelt who comes from behind at the Huron Arena to defeat the Tigers 72-65. So they are now 12-1 on the season. Huron, whom the Governors will have next Tuesday in their next game, falls to 9-4. Lincoln outdistances Watertown 78-50. Actually, still a couple of minutes left in that one. Sioux Falls, Washington is in overtime with the Brookings Bobcats, but leading by 8, 70-62. Jefferson beats Mitchell tonight, 67-61. Couple of teams that are still on the Governor's schedule. T Area has a minute to go, looking to close off the O'Gorman Knights, 59-50. And Spearfish having no trouble so far with Lee Deadwood out west. It's 31-6 Spartans. Meanwhile, as Yankton has defeated Pierre 54-33 in the girls' game. Actually, the score I'm looking at says that's the start of overtime, but Yankton wins it by 21. O'Gorman over T Area 85-51. Mitchell beats Jefferson in girls' hoops 60-55. Mitchell girls with just 3 losses on the season. As mentioned, Huron over Roosevelt 48-38. Washington leading Brookings 33-20. That is at halftime. Out west, Douglas is leading Custer 38-35. Watertown beats Sioux Falls Lincoln 49-29. Spearfish blows away Lee Deadwood in the Black Hills Conference tonight as well. So again, Yankton at Roosevelt on Thursday. The Governors will wait until next Tuesday to get back at it. It won't be easy. They go to the Huron Tigers in the arena. Tigers are 9-4 on the season. Again, the Governors are 4-10. Our next Governor boys basketball broadcast is next Tuesday. Our next Governor girls broadcast will be Saturday after tonight at Yankton. Their next contests as they will welcome in the T Area Titans on Saturday for a 3 o'clock tip-off. We'll be on the air here on River 92.7 at 2:30 with the pregame Pierre and T Area from Riggs High Gym on Saturday for girls action. And then our next Governor broadcast is Thursday afternoon, evening, when we get the wrestling mats out. Once again, the Governors will close out their dual portion of their season hosting the Mitchell Colonels, and that'll be probably about 6 o'clock airtime or so. Depends on how many JV matches there will be. Wrestling starts at 5 at Riggs High Gym, so let's call it 6 o'clock or so. Hope you can join us for Governor Wrestling, and then the Governors, boys and girls, go to the Yankton Invite this coming weekend to close out the regular season. State duels are hosted by the Governors a week from Saturday. Governor boys will be in that tournament, and we will cover all of their matches, or at least intend to cover all of their matches here on River 92.7 on Saturday, February 14th. Region wrestling for boys will be on Saturday, February 21st. For the girls, it'll be the day before. We've got basketball that day, but we will have region coverage for the boys all day long on KGFX on the 21st, and then of course we're looking forward to state wrestling tournament coverage Thursday, Friday, Saturday, February 26th through the 28th on KGFX, and perhaps also on KPLO with full coverage of the championship matches once again. But that'll do it for tonight. And for Yankton folks who may be listening, or for Pierre folks who are starting their trek home from Yankton, safe travels to all, and to all a good night. And for those who are on the roads, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety says don't veer for deer. And think twice in case of ice as well. It starts with you. Buckle up, too. You've got some place to be. Our reminder from the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety. A big thanks to William Wilson for running the show in studio. William will be heading to State One Act plays in Brandon this weekend. We wish best of luck to the Fine Arts Department in the One Acts and every other state competition they've got coming up. And also our thanks to John Stewart, along with Brian Menning, for running the show for Live Ticket tonight. You can rewatch this game on the YouTube feed for GoGovs Live and through drgnews.com. But the Bucks go home happy tonight. On the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, your final score, Yankton 51, and the Pierre Governors 43. We'll talk to you with wrestling once again on Thursday. Until then, I'm Brian Oakland. You've been listening to our coverage of Governor basketball, your official voice of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com. Good evening, everybody.
You've been listening to Pierre Governor Sports on the official home of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7 and DRG Media Group. Governor Sports is brought to you by your Pierre Sports marketing sponsors, Bank West, Beck Motors, Dakota Storm Roofing, Superior Concrete, Live Ticket, Overhead Door, New Edge Advisors, Avera Orthopedics, Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, Kruger Contracting, Century Business Products, and the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency of American Family Insurance. Governor Sports is also sponsored in part by Dakota Mart, TMA, First Dakota National Bank, May Adam Law Office, Edward Jones, Avera St. Mary's Hospital, Wegner Auto, Graham Tire, and by Xander Auto Parts, American Bank and Trust, Kathy Sun and Shine Properties, Oahe Federal Credit Union, the Ramkota Hotel and Conference Center, Tokyo Hibachi and Sushi, Bauman Lumber, Ferding Electric, and Black Hills Federal Credit Union. And coverage of high school sports on River 92.7 is also brought to you by these special in-game sponsors: Bank West, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, Central Dakota Eye Care, Envirotech, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Division of Consumer Protection, Rounds Financial Services, Comtech, Coca-Cola Bottling, Wealth Partners Ameriprise Financial, Hermanson Endodontics, Family Dental, Cowboy Country Stores, and Gales Gas Service of Pierre. Thanks for listening to Pierre Governor Sports on the official home of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
2-7.